Ciao Giulia, buonasera, buonasera Ciao, ciao Nina, buonasera, ciao ciao, ciao a tutti. Buonasera, welcome to I Love You Venice, benvenuti a tutti, ciao ciao a tutti. Sorry that I'm laughing, but I'm having a laugh with these guys. Ciao Guido. That we got Andrea is the gondolier with the white and red striped t-shirt. It's a friend. He said, "Are you talking alone? Are you crazy? How is going?" Ciao Julie, ciao ciao to all of you. Welcome, welcome. Benvenuti a Venezia. So we are extreme. Yeah, here we go. You can see how the situation is. They already said that I'm pretty dead. It's the end of my life. That what we are watching right here we go. But the entire situation, as you can see, and it's gonna be you are starving already, Nina. Let's see, and so it's gonna be a pretty interesting day, and that's how the team is gonna work it out today. Look at here. Let me see. And so there's me, Igor, and behind me we got the little helper of Santa Claus that we got Vania today. And so the entire situation is a kind of funny. Ciao Paloma. But let me introduce my colleague Vania. Today she is gonna be the one in charge of drinking. I will be eating, she will be drinking. That's pretty much the entire team of the day. Yeah. Let's see who is going to end up and how we're going to end up. Ciao Beth, ciao a tutti. Ciao, ciao Vania, ciao Vania. But we got Vania that of course she speaks English, but she even speak
Japanese. バーニャと申します。よろしくお願いします。日本人のお客様いらっしゃったらどうぞ日本語でもう質問すれば大丈夫です。
And she's not drunk yet, that's the problem.
No, this is the problem.
Ciao Basil, I saw your mail. I will be able to answer in the next few days. I'm sorry, I'm a bit late. But you can definitely see that the adventure today is going to be pretty interesting, and the drinking team is pretty much ready. And so we are standing right in front of the Grand Canal. We are right in front of the fish market, and the entire idea of the day, it will be more like a pub crawling. And let's see who is going to be able to survive until the end. But the entire idea is we would like to take you right into the heart of Venice to see some of the local bars and to see some of the specialties. I do apologize if we won't be able to go inside, but for a problem of let's say connections, we try to stay outside. And so thank you to all of you for following I Love You Venice, the channel. Something of a little news. I have to tell you that yesterday, while that I was working with real people, I met up a person that he stopped me, and lately he has been my client. They said, "Igor, are you the one that is always doing the I Love You Venice tour?" I said, "What? Yeah, are you the one that is doing the I Love You Venice tour in Venice?" I said, "Yes." Why? I'm watching you all the time. And so that is really interesting, and so it means that the virtual tours, they're getting real. Ciao Angel, hola, saludos de Italia, desde Italia, hola, bienvenidos. Sí, Nina, il mercato del pesce smell delicious. Especially, yeah, you have to say that as long that the entire market is over, they clean up everything perfectly. And for all our friends that are normally coming into Italy, this is going to be, and especially Venice, this is going to be a really interesting spot to come, especially in the early hours, because you got all the fish market that is going to be, of course, full of fish. Remember that is going to be closed Senatus Blue, welcome. Ciao, benvenuto, benvenuto nel club. Welcome into I Love You Venice. And so think about that if you're coming into Venice, make sure that you're coming in this area during not Sunday or Monday, because the market is closed. And so that's exactly how everything is working. So no Sunday, no Monday, but right in this area we got all the fish market, and exactly here, hold on, we got the entire area of the fruit market. And so this is going to be pretty cool and interesting, because you will be able to see exactly what we eat, how we eat, and what we buy, and all these kind of things. But slowly let's start our walk to get into the different pubs, into the different cafeterias. And that's how everything is going to be today. Everything is going to be dedicated to food. And so we're going to have Vania, that she's going to be in charge of entering in the shop, choosing something, and let's see what is going to be as a surprise. Hello, just joined but have been watching for the last few months and loving the tours. Thank you, Senatus Blue. Sorry for the pronunciations. Really much appreciated. Thank you to all of you for joining the club, and thank you to all of you for watching us. And thank you for all your support, because it's all thanks of your donations that we can definitely show you all the beauties, and this way you're going to get a little bit more confident with the entire island of Venice, tour after tour. And so, as you probably know, we got different links for the donations. We got the super chat. Ciao Roy, ciao California. You can donate via PayPal, and if you do by family and friends, in this way there will be less, let's say, commissions, and that it will be just great. And so thank you very much for all your support. Let's say, talking about a little bit of the tapas, that once that you go to Spain, you call it tapas. Once that you come to Venice, you call it cicchetti, cicchetto. And so normally our friends, the foreigners, the majority of the foreigners, they call it cicchetti, but the right pronunciation is cicchetto. And so the is basically what is arriving from little bites, little appetizer. Cosa? I don't know if I can.
Okay. Could be okay for me.
Ciao, buonasera. Here we go. That I don't know if the signal is gonna stand, but we try to go through.
I ordered sarde polentate.
Oh, that is interesting. That we got the sardines with the polenta. Or otherwise we got. We don't have much left, because actually here is always hungry time, and we're always cleaning up everything. Meatballs, polpette, that are one of the best sellers of the entire island, that they are definitely fried meatballs. We got polpette, pumpkin, and smoked cheese, and we got even the one with tuna or with the stockfish.
Stockfish.
Yeah, the thing is that the stockfish got into Venice directly from Venetian merchants, actually. And while that they were trying to go to London and the UK, by mistake, or especially by hurricanes, they ended up into Scandinavia, and they ended up seeing that we had all this big problem and big issue of having something to eat. Ciao, buona giornata, grazie, ciao a tutti. And we ended up having problems, because actually they ended up into Scandinavia. And the entire idea was that they started to see what? They started to see mainly this codfish that it was going to be dry along the shore of the fjords. And that's how the Querini family introduced the baccalà, the codfish, into Venice itself. Let me see. Wow, Julie, wow, I can never find places like this when I go to Venice. Can we try everything? See, definitely will be a great idea. What did you get? What's that?
It's a sardine with the polenta flavor. Sardine con la polenta.
There we go, that is interesting. And so let me give you a 360 degrees. Sorry that the flavor, the smell, the perfume is not going to go through the camera. You can see that we got the sardine sommelier that is smelling and tasting everything. And that's pretty much one of the most popular dishes that we got here. Let's say, of course, the sardines, yum, 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 with a bit of lemon juice. Yeah, why not? Here we go. That we got Vania. That she's going. That's great. Probably gluten-free. If polenta flour, see, it should be gluten-free. Yeah, I remember, Basil, that you got gluten-free problem. Well, let's see. Oh, let's have a try. Here we go. Just to give you an idea. Oh no. Ciao Bob, what is the name of the shop with Venice? I want to add them on my TripAdvisor list next visit. Oh, give me a second. We do it easy, and so you got definitely with Venice, that is right there. Here we go. Thank you, Greg, for helping the economy. And address, leva il dito che è sull'indirizzo. We got a finger in the address. Here we go. That we got San Polo, Calle della Beccaria o Panateria. I remember they are next door to the fish market. So as long that you get into the fish market, you know that they are just beside, and they are really easy to be found. So really, really easy. Or just go with the smell. They are going to attract you exactly here. Grazie mille, ciao, buonasera. Ciao.
Grazie. Sono fantastiche comunque.
E ti che te casa mangiare, mi devo ancora provare. So Vania just said that they are really good.
Really good. It's a very, very, very interesting flavor for me too.
Thank you, Greg. We split the things, and so you go with the latte. I don't know if latte and sardines, it's a great match. Probably the sommelier, they won't be that happy actually putting them together.
Gluten-free.
Basil, they are gluten-free. Gli domandi se c'è altra roba gluten-free. Yeah, Basil, but even for all of you that they do have gluten-free problems, think about that we do have the moscardini, that they are the baby octopuses. Of course. Yeah, the black ink squids. Yes, sard they are not, because actually they got the flour. We got the salad of the octopus. We got the sea bass fillet, or with tuna. And then of course you can add it up all the vegetables that we got: zucchini, we got eggplants, or whatever else, or potatoes. That so in this way you got everything in here. You love octopus. We will love it too, actually. We got even fish lasagna, and that is gonna be, sounds really nice, I believe. Yeah, and unfortunately not gluten-free, but that it will be really interesting for the rest of the community. Grazie ancora, ciao, buonasera, ciao ciao.
Grazie. Ci vediamo presto.
Ciao ciao.
Buon lavoro.
Grazie altrettanto. Oh, salmone, yummy, isn't it? And so right now we try to continue and we try to explore the entire idea. I know, guys, that is not fair doing food tasting virtually, but at least you can get a little bit more, let's say, in the mood, in the idea that how everything is. Igor, can you find something for vegans? Let's say I will find out and let you know what we got for vegans, but just to give you an idea where everything is. Right in front of us, this is the fish market. Right there, that's the bar that we were in. This one is pretty good if you're going to get a glass of wine or otherwise, let's say a spritz or something. And from this point on, we are just definitely trying to get lost. Ciao a tutti. Buonasera. We try to get lost right in the alleys and to see what is going to happen. If the signal in fall is funny, sorry about that. And so let's see. Now the little helper of Santa Claus is going to go. Vania, io non rimango qua perché mi sa che mi muore la connessione. Prova le do spade. Domanda cosa c'hanno di vegano. But here we go. This one is the Cantina Domori, the two sword, and that is pretty interesting. Here we go, just to give you an idea. Sotto portico delle due spade, and this place, it was the place where Casanova, he was meeting up with, oh, here we go, the lady, she say, yeah, that's good. That our beloved Casanova, he used to come here to meet up with the ladies, and in the 1700s to seduct the ladies, they were using water, chocolate, hot chocolate. At that time they were not using milk, but they were definitely using water. What would you recommend for those who don't like alcohol except for coffee and water? And so let's say I don't normally drink much alcohol, and so I'm pretty much in the same situation. But if you are, let's say, more coffee addicted, let's say I will show you a place not far from here that we got cafe. No. Sono su di nuovo. Bene, a dopo. Ciao. Here we go, sorry guys, of course it's not only the sottoportico, but is even actually, remember the local Bermuda Triangle. Welcome back, we are back, we made it.
We are back.
And so we might go up and down all the time, sorry about that, but unfortunately you got still the pictures of the delicious food. That's pretty much what Vania ended up getting, that we ended up having a pumpkin flour stuffed up with cod fish. Until few seconds ago it was boiling, it was really hot, but here we go. And so, ciao Roy, ciao to all of you, thank you for staying connected, but here we go. That's still the picture of the delicious food. Grazie to all of you. Well, let's have a look. That's the time that we need to try it. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Hold
Perfect.
it. That's my piece. And that's
the flour I want.
you got the flour, I got the crunchy and crusty part. Let's have a look. Madonna. Yeah, this one is really delicious. So you need to lick the finger actually for this one. Here we go. Yeah, we need the napkin. Ce l'ho qua da qualche parte, dalla parte opposta dei. Sorry guys that we are chewing, eating and doing silly things. But let me tell you that this one, it was sensational. This was really nice and good. So right now we try to go back to the Bermuda Triangle, and we try to go into another pretty incredible spot. One thing, unfortunately, is closed, but if you are coming down this way, this is something that it might worth a try. Pulperia, octopuses, and so octopuses here, they are really nice actually. And normally you take the octopus, you put in the pot, you don't add it up water, but you cook it everything in its own water that is going to put it down actually. But this one is going to be another great address. But here we go, this is pretty much Venice, and here we go. We got all these little lovely narrow alleys that all the ladies, they are hanging all the laundry, that here you got no privacy, and so everybody knows what you are wearing pretty much. But the entire idea is we try to go to the Cantina Domori at this point. That is the oldest bar that we got in town, that is approximately 500 years old. Scusa. But let's say that, as you said, this one is pretty much like the Bermuda Triangle, because once that you're coming in this spot, look at interested of spices that we got the Drogheria Mascari. This one is really nice because they got a massive amount of different kind of spices that they are coming from all over Mediterranean, Far Orient, or whatever else. But this is really amazing. It really worth a little visit. And in other episodes we were talking about this one. These are killers. Why? This one is the marinated garlic, and you eat that like the cherries, exactly one after the other, and those are amazing. Actually, it doesn't smell, the flavor is just perfect, they are just delicious. But this one is going to give you a perfect idea of all the beauties and all the marvelous food that we got here. For all the pizza lover, here we go. In the last few years we got new pizzerias down to the area of that's you're right, that they just finished to redone the new pizzeria. They redone all the entire style, and they done an amazing area. Let me see where Vania got lost. She's probably taking something to drink. Let's see. Vania, sono di qua. Here we go. Let's have a look at the new surprise from Vania.
This is a very nice surprise, I suppose, for you, because I chose a small octopus for you.
There are more places for cicchetti in that area than other areas of Venice or other there anywhere else? Let's say that the entire area that we are here is literally, they're all concentrated here. Here we go, Cantina Domori, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got something like 20 places in something like a few meters, and so you're going to get drunk within 2 seconds. It depends. And so, but we're pretty lucky because we got one spot after the other, and so this is gonna be a pretty lovely spot, especially because this one is definitely the oldest spot that we got in town. As you can see, we got all the pots that are hanging from the ceiling, and these are all the pots that we would use to do the polenta. Adorable baby. Could do it in before it grows and even everything out of focus for me. Let me see, let me try to clean up a few things. Let me see if you can see a little bit better. Thank you, Igor. I'll be hitting there for the next time I come. That's good, but definitely, Julie, this is going to be a great spot. Normally they are closed on Sunday. This is closed on Sunday. Is it out of focus for everyone else? Let us know, please. Today it might be a little bit funny to do this tasting here and there, but let's have a look. And so, folks, if anybody can help us out and let us know if we are out of focus, can you see everything well? Can you hear us as well? Let us know. Here we go. Let's continue. This one is only for the brave, and so it is the connections there is slightly blurred. Let's do like this. It is fine for me. Let's do like this. We try to move out of the way a second. That's so we're going to be a little bit out of the big buildings. So we're going to have a little bit of more open space, and the signal should be better. I hear great, and I recognize the octopus. That's good enough, actually. You don't need anything else at this point. No, of course we are joking. We take it easy today. But let's see. At this point, actually, it should be slightly better. That the signal should be greater. Bye, Vanya. Here we go. That she's going to become a kind of visitor after the octopus. Here we go. As we said before, we give you a 360 degrees view. That's pretty much the baby octopus, and this one it's a must actually. Check settings and select a higher resolution, and that will help. Let's have a look. Bye, Vanya.
You.
Okay, it's my turn.
It's yours. It's for you.
It's for me. No, I hold it. And
Are you okay?
this is gonna be 100% dots in my shirt.
Yeah, because you go to the
Because of course I'm white.
I choose this one.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's why that she pick up the. It's just perfect, beautiful, and super tasty. Butto adesso un tocco de. Oh, great, Basil. Good to hear that you got a great. No, aspetta qua, intanto mi tema. Sorry, in between Vania and I. No, ma tengo. Vania and I, we normally communicate in Venetian. That we got communication problems. We switch from English into Venetians. Or in Japanese, but that is gonna happen when I'm gonna be drunk. Now that is gonna happen when I'm drunk, and then we can talk in Japanese, but it's gonna take a bit. And so let's see. This is the other special spot. Let's see if you can see. But so baccala. And so we are definitely talking about bye. Here we go, that Vanya is going to attack, and so she's going to go in, and definitely this one is, they are specialized only in cod fish. Do that finger on the check gesture, otherwise how do we know it's tasty? See, you're right. Let's see, now Vanya is gonna do it, and so you will see. Ciao Letty, benvenuta, ciao to all of you. But this one, it's a special project that has been developed really recently, and it's a family-run business, and they decided to do everything related to the codfish, to the baccala. And they even done what? They even done even the tin that you got. Look how cool. Baccala Veneto, codfish from Veneto. But even the box is super cool. I really like it. Sorry for the reflections, but the boxes, they are amazing. I love them. And if you're coming down to Venice, and if you don't know what to buy to your relatives, friends, and whatever else, this is a great suggestion from my point of view. Can't tell, do they check for the green card or CDC card when you got into these places? Basil, and so let me tell you this one, that at least Latteria with fish, it used to be the Latteria. The Latteria means dairy farm, where they were selling the milk and the cheese. Actually now it's only the fish place. But ci mettiamo di cose. Now I show you, the thing is getting more important. You can hear the laugh of Vanya. But the entire idea is when Basil, once that you're coming in these places, if you are standing at the counter, nobody is going to ask for any kind of green pass or the documents that is telling you that you've done the vaccines, the 2 shots or 1 shot or whatever. Here in these places, actually, that you just pop in, they don't ask you anything. If you want to go inside of a restaurant, you need to show your paper that is saying that you've been vaccinated with the 2 shots, and you are allowed to sit inside. If you are not vaccinated, you are allowed to sit outside. That's pretty much the people with no vaccines, they can sit. That's what is happening. Oh gee. Yeah, the evil smile. Here we go.
Yeah, because it's not so easy for you to eat this one, but it's so
yeah, that's
incredible. So it's also
yeah. Look, she's already having the mouth ring, the mouth that is licking down.
in the shape of art.
See, let's say basil, only if you are going to sit down, you need let's say we call it green card, that is mainly for Venice, I mean for Europe. But let's say if you don't have a green card, but you got the card, if you are coming from the States or Canada, whatever else, and so out of Europe, overseas, you will be having a kind of a piece of paper that is saying, oh, I've been vaccinated on the 5th of June 2021 or whatever else. But that's how it's working. But let me tell you, what did you get?
I took just shrimps with sour.
The shrimp sour. And so the shrimps with the sour, and so it means that we got big shrimps with the onion. And so you deep fry the shrimps, and then you put to marinate everything. So it means that you do different layers, and so shrimps, onion, pine nuts, raisin, vinegar, and then you do like the lasagna, another layer with the shrimps, the onions, the vinegar, the pine nuts, and the raisin. You leave to marinate everything for 2 or 3 days. Once that the fried stuff is starting to absorb all the flavor of the onion, that should be the right time to eat. Here we go. That's the tasting spot. That's the tasting time. Vai, Vania.
Are you ready?
They are saying that you have to do like this to say buonissimo.
Buonissimo.
But you can see the face.
Not enough. It's buonissimo.
She doesn't need to say buonissimo. You can tell by the face. Look, she's eating everything all in once. Because there's no tomorrow here in Italy. You never know if we are going to die before. So she is eating everything. Like the ducks. Exactly like the ducks. Boop, 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 boop. Same thing.
Buonissimo. Buonissimo.
Fa sentirla. Here we go. Hold it.
It's fantastic.
I think so.
The onion is fantastic. And the shrimp is so fresh, so you can taste all the Venice flavor. It's a must in Venice.
Sorry, Bob, but that's pretty much what we say, that when you eat one after the other, actually is like that you eat as fast as the dogs, and then everything is stuck in your neck, and then I need a glass of wine.
The next place.
See, Basil, you are probably right that we went too long. Look, she's cleaning. She's cleaning everything. She's amazing. My favorite gamberoni or mazza calling sour. You are right. Food gasmic tour. That's good. Thank you, Nida. But let me see. Beth, I like the travel of eating. Let's say this is the special thing for any country. I mean, a travel without eating or experiences the stuff that you got in that specific place, you don't travel. But look at this. These are gondolier shoes, and the back of these shoes is made out of bicycle tires. That's so in this way the gondoliers, they would have had extra grip, and this way they were not falling into the canal, and that was extremely important. And nowadays we use it like slippers. They are extremely comfortable. We might use it for even big events. So if you got a dinner out, a fancy one, you might wear those kind of slippers. For kids they are fantastic because right and left are the same. Normally the kids, they get confused, and so definitely having those shoes, they can put them on and they go. But even the elderly one, the lazy one, ones that you don't want to recognize right or left, you put them on and that's it. Vania, it's time for spritz, I believe. Yeah. Al Marca, here we go. Some of you mentioned that we went, basically you said that we were going too far without drinking. Here we go, Vania, she's going. You sufferify bicycles that are not allowed into the city. See, and if we would have had the bicycles, we would have all died halfway through. But the other thing, if you are coming to the area of the fish market and fruit market, Casa del Parmigiano might be another great spot. Why? You pop in here, they got a massive amount of choices of cheeses, salamis, anything else. They can slice it down, different kinds of cheeses. You just move right here and you can enjoy all the typical products. Even this one, it's a nice, lovely adventure into the Italian flavors. I tell you something, my favorite cheese, which is not that simple, is called Blue 61. Is of course a blue cheese that has been aged with in wine and blueberries. So it means that you got this incredible taste of wine and blueberries, worth a try. Otherwise, we got what? Cheese and salami. Ooh, yummy. See. I mean, normally we go really easy actually here in Venice. And less is more. Here we go. Mamma mia. Yeah, this is a big sacrifice, I believe. Here we go. The happy face. But no, here we go. The happy face. It looked like more shining, but it's okay.
After the spritz, will be more shining. Now.
Which?
Spritz?
This is of course the spritz that you got 1/3 soda, 1/3 Aperol, and 1/3 Aperol, and 1/3 Prosecco. You can have it bitter, that instead of the Campari, you can have it you can have the Campari, and the Campari is bitter and stronger. And what do we have over there?
It's a tuna, with tuna meat.
Oh, the thing is getting more interesting. So we got tuna meatballs, tuna fried meatballs. I feel bad for Igor. He doesn't get anything to eat or drink. No, I'm eating the half. She's nice. So today, Vanya, she's pretty nice, and so we are sharing everything. And so the half of it is getting to me. We try to find a spot. That's the Italian way, or at least we try. Easy. As long as you get a little tiny spot. A polpetta, there we go. There we go, Basil. She's cutting everything. After the spritz, she's going to do like Jesus. She's going to split and multiply the polpette. So we're going to have multiples, meatballs everywhere. It is bad enough not to be in Venice. My mom makes those tuna fried balls. Ooh, interesting, Letty. And so let's say here that it can be with tuna, it can be with a codfish, it can be with the regular meat actually. Pasta un attimo. Here we go. Chin. Yeah, the smell is beautiful.
Ne prendo un altro di spritz.
Sì, trovano un altro, se no.
Ne prendo via quello.
See, you're right, Letty. We split, we divide by 192. But the thing is, if Vanya, she's going to play Jesus, it's going to be better that she's going to multiply by 192 and you're going to get the meatballs directly into your house. That is going to sound better. Ciao Anna, welcome to the crazy drinking, eating team in Venice. Buonasera. Arancini, or is Roy? Let's say that the arancini is more like a Sicilian here in Venice, but definitely the place to have it is down in Sicily. They let you take your wine glasses outside, and when you bring them back when finished, see, look, here we go. Cosa ti ho tolto? Here we go. Look, this is with bitter. This is with the Aperol. I say this is more orange. This is more red. This is lighter. This is more for the ladies. Don't get me wrong. This one is more for the men's. But after a glass of this, you don't feel the legs from the knees down. So take it easy. But definitely Basil. All of us were drinking outside. It's not like other countries that you need to hide your glass or your bottles. Here is normal. You get the glass, you come outside, you have a chat with the rest of the friends. Here we go. We got a happy bunch coming and joining the party. Here we go. Passa il Campari che mi fa socoraio. Campari, Campai.
Bye.
Campai. Thank you, Anna. It's our pleasure actually that at least we're going to have a laugh and Vanya, she's going to get drunk. I'm going to get drunk and she's going to carry me home. Yeah,
Stronger than you.
absolutely. You are able to have you are able to drink more than me. Aspetta che ho un problema con stecco, che se no mi zappo solo. I had a little problem actually with the olive that I was stucking into my eye.
Thank you.
I'm there with you, Igor, feeling light after drinking just a bit. But here we go, that's good. Yeah, the entire idea here is normally with the olives. You might have the version with lemon zest. Some they put orange. Salute, salute to all of you. Sorry that if we are chewing and ching, 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 phone broken. But guys, as you are figuring out, the entire area is pretty much easy because you got this bar that is Al Mercato, that's where we got the drink. You got the House of the Parmesan that is next door. You got Bussola, that is the one with the I want a rhubarber spritzer. You are right, Anna, that's what I was promoting the entire time last time. That I was with Vanya last time that we had a rhubarb, and so we are supporting the new spritz. You are definitely right.
Yeah, you are right.
And so next one, we ask if they're going to do a rhubarb or already drunk after the Campari. Great. They didn't have lunch, and so I believe that is going to be interesting from now on, but that's a different story. You have to know something. Where I live right now is called Treviso. And a few years ago in Treviso they used to do the Ombra Longa. Ombra in Venetian is the glass of wine. And so it means that it was a challenge, a drinking challenge that it was going pretty much from early hours until late night, and only the brave would have ended up. And so basically, I'm surprised to see an olive in the spritz apero. No, let's say that here is pretty common. And let's say this is pretty much the Venetian version. Look, she got the second one. No.
First one.
Yeah. Look, Pinocchio, look at the nose. Meow. Yeah, I need to take care, otherwise. Anyway, I can put Vanya in the backpack, but it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, in a second we will be more than socializing here, no problem. No, the thing is, mainly we are pretty much back to normality, more or less, and this is pretty much the area where the majority of the locals they're meeting up, having a chat, enjoying daytime, and every. Quanto l'hai pagato lo spritz?
€2,50, €2.50.
Yeah, we spent it what, €2.50 for this.
And €1.50 for the
Polpetta.
polpetta.
So €1.50 for the tuna meatballs. And so let's compare all the prices. €2.50 in Vegas is $18.
And the other cicchetti is €3 each.
Here we go, the other cicchetti that we had, they were something like €3 each. I love the way you call caffè corretto. For the one that they don't know it, the caffè corretto is basically the coffee with the grappa. And normally after that you had a big meal, you do something that is called resentine. Basically, you finish your coffee, you put the grappa, and you clean your cup with the grappa. That's exactly how we call it, the resentine. And so definitely is something that is cleaning up, washing your cup, but you wash it with the grappa. Vai avanti, avanti, che sto scrivendo tutto con la penna. A posto, Angel. Beato te. I need to go slowly, otherwise actually we don't reach the end of the episode today. Sorry. But look at, no, so Vanya, she's already asking how many do we have to do it by now. What is the venue name? Oh, here we go. Letti. That's the one, Al Merca, to the market. And this is pretty much the way that we carry the wine in Venice. Here we go, drink it up. Can be so cheap. Let's say the price of the spritz is €2.50 up to €3.50. That's pretty much the kind of prices that we're having for having something outside. Here we go. Dove siamo? Quanti siamo? Where are we? How many are we? That's pretty much the question. Look, just to give you an idea, the Rialto Bridge is exactly there. We didn't move much, and as you can clearly see, it's literally one after the other. And especially in this area, wow, Igor, you are very. I'm always really thirsty. That's like McDonald's prices, see, but it's exactly like the Mac Drive. And so you come on foot, you pick up whatever you need, and it's the Mac foot, this one. But here it's really easy to go from Mac Drive to Mac Wine. Yeah, the connection is direct actually. We prefer the Mac Wine. Hold on. You see where we are. Vania a sto punto fa soppetta, va. Oh, banco giro? O ti vuole here we go. She's even running. And so basically you know where we are, and so here we go. Just to give you an idea, just behind of the church, the camera is shaking just a bit. No, don't worry, I try to stabilize the situation in a second, don't worry. It's a great way to avoid restaurant prices, see, and look at here. You got basically Banco Giro, that is one of the most important banks that we had here in this area. It's a great way, yeah, let's say that if you don't want to have full meals, if you want to have a little bite, if you want just to taste how everything tastes like. I lost Vanya, great. Oh, this is, from my point of view, one of the best way to experience the flavor of the city. A lot of the times, actually, you don't want to eat much. You want just to have a little time flavor. And from my point of view, this is going to be a great way. Let's see. And so, found her. Look, that we are in the Naranzaria. You was thinking about a lot of little bites. That is pretty cool because let's say in this way, the camera stabilizer is very good, holds several glasses. Yeah, Angela was thinking to do the upgrade and trying to do a gimbal glass holder. That's so something that you got all the sticks that are sticking out and you hold the glass here that at least you can hold and talk and walk and whatever else actually. But let's say as you figure it out, here we go.
I chose it for you, Igor.
Sardegna. So, acciuga
con il radicchio.
Oh, here we go. Something more complicated and only for the brave, and it's gonna make us thirsty. And then we're going to go with another spritz. That's great. Probably the next one, Aperol, is better because Campari, I feel it. This one is anchovy, and that's why that I said that is going to make us thirsty. Right there we got radicchio, that is basically the salad, and this one is a masterpiece of art, pretty much. A masterpiece of art. It will be directly in my skirt and my t-shirt that is still white. I don't know how I done it, but I'm gonna have few dots after this one. Cos'è? Tutta mia questa?
Sì, tutta tua.
Here we go.
So for you.
The special treat of Vania. Here we go. Grazie mille. The stabilizer at DJI. Yeah, but the owner of the DJI OM4 is not that stabilized at the moment. Grazie mille.
Here we go. Buon appetito, Igor.
Aspetta. That's pretty much how it looked like, and the smell is fabulous, and this is just fantastic. And that's another great way to taste the local dishes. As you said, doing different kind of appetizer. This is just fantastic. Joining later, we'll have to watch later too. Wish I knew more about where to eat in Venice. Deborah, if you're going to check it out, you're going to see all the places that we are being. These spots are like Michelin stars. They are better than the Michelin star. No way, delicious food again. Here is all delicious. Give me a second.
No. For this time.
Cheers.
So, Igor, com'è? It's nice. We have to see Igor.
It's time for a spritz.
For a spritz? You want a spritz again? Are you sure? I needed to make this now. Are you shining? It'll be okay, Igor? You need a spritz? You need a water? Water?
No, I'm fine.
Spritz?
When we said before that we eat like ducks, here we go. You go to the entire. Ma vai. No, Angel, you're right. Il livello dei pinchos e tapas è veramente alto qua. Yeah, the entire level of the appetizers that we got here, they are just delicious, actually. Aspetta. Scusami, No, they are just fabulous. And the thing is, especially, let's say, for the one that they don't want to have just a big dish full of pasta, this is the best way to enjoy the entire thing, actually. But I normally take the people in this kind of tours because it's fun. At least you're going to go for the local flavors. You try different things. Here we go, actually. Yeah, at least we're going to have a great laugh for that. Little helper of Santa Claus. Hey. Come si chiama la signora? Vania.
Vania. My name is Vania.
No, hold on. We need to explain this, Anthony. And so here, when you start that, you say signora.
Anthony.
You don't do it.
Anthony.
Because it means that the signora is getting too old. And so, but the thing is that you start to call it signora after the 20 years old.
But you are right, because I'm married. So I am a signora.
Plus she's married, so you're right. But never say signora, because the signora, they're going to get mad because they think that they are old. And so say always signorina. That it means that she's not married and she's young. And so they want get upset and you keep them happy. And when you see them, oh, you look 20 years old, and at that point they are going to be super happy. Even she looks 200 years old. Ma sto qua fuori. Che Totò mi dà una cosa da bere.
Ma vuoi spritz?
Sì, fa quello che ti vuole. Tanto ormai.
Anche da mangiare?
Vedi tu?
Sì.
Sì. I move out. Fa quello che ti vuole, man. I move out actually because the signal it's a bit funny. I totally doubled this attitude. Signorina, brava Letty, signorina, ragazza, bravissimo Anthony, ragazza. At least she won't get upset and she won't kill you or execution on the spot. Yeah, Julie, you will never forget the first time that they told you signora when I lived in Spain. Yeah, that is a bad thing. When they're starting to say signore or signora, it means that you are not a ragazzo or ragazza anymore. One more spritz for her. See, I think so. No, Letty, she's not sad. It's not a problem. And so the entire idea, yeah, with Vania there's no problems. So we're always a very bad moment. No, let's say that with Vania there's literally no problems, that we are good friends for a long time, and we're always doing silly and stupid things, and so that is good. But look, just to give you an idea, where are we? So at the end of this street, right there, we got the Rialto Bridge. Look how quiet we are. There's literally nobody, and all the places that we've been, they were almost empty, and that is pretty good. You just need a street, you just need one road to go behind the scenes. At that point everything is calming down and it is always fantastic. But that's the key in any area in Italy. Once that you go off the beaten path, raga invece di signori. Brava Nina. The idea is raga, it stands for ragazzi, young guys actually, and it's a slang amongst the youngs actually. You are not insulting anybody, and we use it all the time. You like quiet restaurants, let's say we like it too, and this one is called Sacro e Profano. Sacro is S-A-C-R-O and P-R-O-F-A-N-O. And so this area is really lovely actually, but just to give you an idea, all the way down there it's a straight line down that you can totally go across, and the Grand Canal is right there. You cross, you got all the row, sacred and profane. Bravo, that's totally right. And so of course the Italian translations, but you got the direct line, and so Grand Canal there, and the rest of the Grand Canal is exactly right over there. So we are right at the curb, right at the curb area, and behind of this block we got the entire area Rialto. Sacro e Profano, grazie mille. To the fish market, and so just to give you an idea, you walk until the end of the alley, you pass this arch, you pass the next arch, you make it left, you got vegetable gardens, and then you do have the 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 vegetable market, and then the fish market. Here we go. Ciao guys, love and peace. Here we go. Sì, a posto. Cosa che abbiamo tolto?
Allora, the spritz for you as well.
Great. That otherwise I'm like a duck. But here we go for the one.
Surprise.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Mozzarella in carrozza with blue cheese inside.
Mamma mia. Here we go. And so at the end of the day, for the one that they were complaining, we got the lemon zest, we got the olive. Since that I'm eating like a duck, everything is stuck, I need a little bit of spritz, even if the camera is moving. And this one is the mozzarella in carrozza with the blue cheese inside. Hold on. Mozzarella in carrozza. Aspetta un attimo, dammi un secondo. Mozzarella, you know it. Carrozza is carriage. Sorry if everything is moving, but I try to stabilize the situation, but I'm not able. Sorry. And so, how it's working? 2 different slices of bread. You dip it into the milk. In the middle, you put the piece of the gorgonzola or the blue cheese. Breadcrumbs, deep fried. Da-da! Another masterpiece of art for your cholesterol. You're going to die after 2 seconds. This sounds unreal, actually. And here we go, the little helper of Santa Claus that she's going to a balletta, dai, Avellina. That she's going to open it up, that at least you can see exactly how it look like. Wow. Here we go, at least you got the entire idea, but it's definitely bready. Deep fried cheese, oh my god. Yeah, let's say that we can go on a diet for a couple of days. Nice. That this one, when you got all the things like this, it look like the cables of the telephone. Same thing. See, come. Look. And she's not drunk yet.
No,
Speaking
absolutely
Japanese.
no, absolutely
Speaking
no.
Japanese.
I can speak Japanese as well. 日本語が大丈夫よ。大丈夫よ。大丈夫、全然大丈夫。イゴさんはもしかしたらすごくもう酔っ払っちゃったよ。
I believe that I'm in trouble or something similar. If I'm not in trouble, I will. But here we go. That's pretty much the entire. Made it. Grazie mille. Arigato. Arigato. Looks more exciting than the mozzarella sticks that we get here in the US. Let's say at least they are different and they are more tasty. Of course, with the blue cheese, everything is tasty. But in Italy, if you are not sure, fry. If you go into Sicily, they fry everything. For sure, you're going to get extra flavor. Salute, cheers. Madonna. Mamma mia. Excellent Japanese.
Baby.
Baby.
日本語が喋られるなの？誰が言ったの？ Chi l'ha detto?
Vai, Vania, se me meso, bevetene meso.
No,
Vai, basta. Here we go. We split half and half and that's it. Buono questo. È il più buono questo.
Buono.
Here we go, guys. An Italian.
And the winner is. Più buono.
Now the thing is that according to Vania, this one is the più buono. This one is the best one that we had until this moment. And so this one is, as we said, the Sacro and Profano. It's a little tiny spot. Fabulous, and it really worth a visit. And so once that you are on the top of the Rialto Bridge, you walk towards the fish. Here we go. Brava Vania.
Perfect.
Little helper, house helper. So this year, right to Santa Claus, and you're going to get your Christmas present for sure. Sta ferma. Don't move.
After 2 spritz.
Yeah, she's moving. Moela. Let's do like this. And so at least the wall shouldn't be moving. I hope. Thank you guys for helping the economy all the time. Thank you for. Let me see. Thanks a lot that you are helping us with this project, but at least everybody is going to get more confident with the entire area. It's still moving. It must be the wall at this point. What can make one spritz better than Prosecco? Secondo te? Probably is the quality of the Prosecco.
The quality of Prosecco.
Of course, you got many different kinds of Prosecco. Some are better than others. Actually, the quality is higher than others. And so, aspetta che non porta via tutto. Poi what can makes one spritz better prosecco is, see Bob, is the quality of the prosecco. Of course you can get
and the quantity, maybe the balance or the quantity for the mix.
she's right, even the balance it can play a big difference actually. If you put too much Aperol, you put less soda or more prosecco, that it might be a problem. Are the Italians using air freshers? You mean air freshers are the sweets? You mean no, è mentine.
Spallalito.
Yeah, she's got the air fresher spray. She's a Japanese. Yes, that's the thing. But let's say we don't use. At least you can you can get drunk together, and
You
that's
don't use, I use it.
fryers. Air fryers. Sorry.
Sorry, Igor is already drunk. He's gone.
No.
He's gone.
No, I'm
He's
not gone
already
yet.
gone.
No, I'm not gone yet. It's like a convention of Deborah. Hold on. I mean, sorry, air dry. Sorry, my fault, Deborah. Air dryer, fryers. Sorry. No. I got it home. I'm sorry. We are using it all the time, and that one has been our best. Igor is wasted. Always been wasted. That's the thing. A long time ago, but no. Air fryers, we use it a lot actually, and back home for us it has been the best buy that we had. And yeah, a chamomile, a tea for me. Yeah, we mean you never know what is going to happen. Too much prosecco, yeah. I told you that I didn't have the lunch today, and after a glass it's already interesting. No, the entire thing that with air fryers where they are starting to get into Italy, and they are going to get really good. Beside of the French fries, we fry the mozzarella in carrozza, we fry the arancini, and so that are the meatballs made out of rice in the area of Sicily, and at the end of the day they are fabulous. At home we do melanzane, eggplants with smoked cheese, and we fry in the air fryers, and the final result is just perfect. So we are super happy with that, and in this way we eat fried stuff pretty much all the time.
Cheers.
Evviva!
Viva.
Drink it up. We need to go. Thank you, Deborah. At least thanks to your donations we paid off the spritz, or at least half of it. Now let's say €2.50, we can go pretty far. If it would have been in the States with $18 a spritz, we couldn't do all these stops. Here we go. Ciao, grazie mille, buonasera. Here we go, that we got the sign, that at least where you know where we are. Grazie, a dopo, ciao guys. Let's continue. That the signal, it might be funny. Here we go. Fried zucchini flowers are nice. I definitely agree with you, Jem. And let's say here they can be done in two ways. Or you do it as a cake, that you do the same dough as the donuts. You dip the zucchini flowers into that dough, that at the end of the day is flour, eggs, a little bit of water and sugar. You dip the flowers and then you deep fried, and then you put the sugar on top, and so it can be served as a dessert. Or otherwise you stuff it up, the zucchini, with the mozzarella, or otherwise aspetta che andiamo da qua, we try to go, or otherwise you stuff it up with the anchovies and mozzarella, or with the mozzarella and the salami, or mozzarella with parma ham, and that is pretty nice. I would love to find zucchini flowers here in the UK. Let's say probably for UK it's gonna be a kind of too late. Here actually we're still having those. I love fried artichokes, but that's more Roman, I think. See, let's say that the artichokes that we're normally using here, actually we use it for the risotto. So at the end of the day it's gonna be risotto with the baby artichokes that they got a kind of a purple color, and those are beautiful. Haven't tried the first options. That sounds nice. Jam, the thing is that normally in the restaurants you don't do it, and they don't do it. It's more like a homemade thing. Actually, my grandma would have done those. Oh, let's have a look. And so we are right by the Ponte di Rialto, the Rialto Bridge. Let's see if we can climb it without dying or rolling. Here we go. Rush hours for the gondolas. See, I definitely agree with you, actually, Nina. And so zucchini flowers, fried stuff with different kind of things, they're always really, really, really nice. Actually, doesn't matter which one that you are trying, if it is zucchini or pumpkin, but both of them, they are just delicious. We got the golden hours. Yeah. Opa. We try to do the slalom through the people, the majority. If you are wondering which kind of nationalities we're meeting up right now, the majority, they are Germans. We got French, basically no British, the Americans that you can count them in a hand or half a hand, but the majority Germans, Austrians, formal Eastern countries, and that's about it actually. Here we go. And so right now we try to go to Piazza San Marco, St. Mark's Square, mainly for a reason. 27, 28, 29 and 30th of August we are having catwalks from Dolce & Gabbana. So the majority of these fashion shows, they are going to take place into Piazza San Marco. Give me a second, let me go down to the stairs and then I will try to answer. That is gonna be tricky right now. For more food, let's say we pretty much try to we pretty much finish the food area, otherwise we're gonna roll at the end of the day. Or otherwise I will be totally drunk at the end of the day, and we'll try not to fall into the Grand Canal. That is the other important thing. But definitely we try to go down to the area of Piazza San Marco right now. That's so we can see exactly how everything look like. Let me see another thing. Now Mafia Venezia is Sacra, nice slogan. See, you're right. And so that's pretty much what is happening. Since that on the last few years we had different nationalities that were buying different properties, everybody was trying to say, hey guys, keep the locals in Venice and try that the Venetians, they're going to keep all the properties instead of selling everything. And that was the main meaning and the main idea. Here we go, we got the entire Rialto Bridge right here. Just to give you the entire idea of how the traffic situation during rush hour is. Here we go. This afternoon it was packed. Now at least it's a little bit more quiet. And the majority of the people that are all day trippers, they are slowly trying to go home. And so by the way, this is pretty much how the Vaporetto look like, the Vaporetto stop look like for those of you that have never been to Venice. So the Vaporetto for us is the water bus, and once that you are coming into Venice, moving around the city, the easiest way is for sure getting a 24-hour pass, and this one is going to give you a great help to go around the city into the island of Murano, Burano, Torcello, and those areas. You can take your luggage with you on the Vaporetto. See, you can no Fabio, non vado per Calle dei Fabbri perché sennò secondo me perdiamo la linea, ma vado per Bacino Orseolo adesso da qualche parte, che sennò la linea del quale la perdiamo. Adesso vediamo. Basil, you can definitely take your suitcases with you in the Vaporetto, in the water bus, so normally it's not a big problem, and especially now that the water buses, they are not overcrowded, it should be a kind of easy to move around. Hold on. But that's pretty much how a water bus stop look like. Normally on the yellow stripes you do have the name of the stop right there. You got Rialto, because I saw a video of a first fight last week in Venice because the Vaporetto was too full. Let's say it might happen that the Vaporetto can be too full, but if you stay on the side, you pack it up, you put your suitcases on the side, you don't stop the people coming in and out of the Vaporetto, nobody's gonna say anything. Let's say as long that you get into the Vaporetto, as long that you enter either right and left, as long that you enter, there's and that is gonna work pretty well. No, Basil, you can do it. Everybody's doing that. Well, let me show you another thing. For those of you that are coming into Venice, these are pretty much the prices of the Vaporetto. 1 day 20 euros, 2 days 30 euros, 3 days 40 euros, 7 days 60 euros. So at the end of the day, actually, you got different kind of passes, and you got unlimited boat rides in that pass, and the pass is starting not when you buy it, but when you validate for the first time. So it means that as long this one is closed at the moment because they are doing the maintenance, but before getting on board, you're going to find a machine like this. You scan, you swipe, you scan the tickets right there, is open, and from that point on you can just pop in. You approach a Vaporetto stop and confidentially il permesso. Yeah, that's the thing. We're always yelling, shouting and screaming all the time. It's like the water bus stop. We scream and shout and yell all the time. San Marco, Rialto! And that's exactly how we are. Because in Italy we are all shy and we don't scream and we don't yell, of course. Yeah, let's say Deborah is right. If you got small bags, normally it's working pretty well. If you're going to bring the entire house with you, that might be a problem. And so this week I had a family, 8 people, they had 18 bags, but all of them, they were gigantic. Let me show you something that a lot of you might have come in this area millions of times. You might have passed in front. Ma dov'è Vania? Vania! Vania è qua. Vania is here. She's slow. But you might have come this way quite a lot of times. Look at here. We're right at the entrance of the Municipio, the city hall. And this one is a graffito that is approximately 500 years old. Why approximately? Look. Pipa. We got the pipe right there, the triangle right there is the pipe. So it means that as this has been sculpted after the tobacco got to Venice directly from South America. Look at the details of the shoes. Those are fantastic. Well, let me show you now tar roof. Look at this graffiti. And so quite often we are coming this way and these are just beautiful. Look at here. We got even a signature. See, Julie, you're right. We got similar in Pompeii. The only thing that in Pompeii they are slightly older. Brian, you're right. Much nicer than the current graffiti that we got. And hold on. Give me a second. No. È Rialto, eccolo qua. This is the Rialto Bridge. Here we go. House that is not worn out by now from rain and sun. Let me see. How do you know how old the graffitis are? Because the majority of the graffitis in the city that has been listed into reports of the municipality rather than the priests, and we know exactly the date. I tell you something, here in Venice, 1789, we had the first serial killer of Venice. She was called Veneranda Porta, and we got 6 big, thick books that they are talking about Veneranda Porta in the Venetian archives. Look at here. For all the ladies that are connected today, this is something to be extremely proud of. Elena Lucrezia Cornaro Piscopio, she was born here in 1646, first woman in the world to graduate from the university on the 25th of June 1678, and she got graduated in the Padua University. Here we go. Let's and the fire brigade. Hold on. Action. No, Basil, the lady was Veneranda Porta and she's not the same lady that got graduated. Sorry, they are two different ladies. Jai Kumar. Yeah, here we go. Now you know the secret. Now you got the key of happiness. Get a bunch of Camparis and you will be happy for the entire rest of your life. Let's say that your lassi, it will be the mango is not enough. You need to add it up some extra ingredients. At that point you got the key for the happiness. Here we go. Let's try to get into Piazza San Marco without dying and without falling. Vania, San Marco, there. Here we go. That here, what did she study? She's going to tell you. Cosa hai studiato, Vania?
Japanese at Venice University, Ca' Foscari.
So if you didn't hear, she studied Japanese in the Venice University here in which is called Ca' Foscari. And so Vania, she is from Padua.
Born in Padua, yeah,
Sì.
right? The same of the University of Elena.
Lucrezia Cornaro Piscopio. Think about the mama that she needed to call Elena Lucrezia Cornaro Piscopio. Dinner is ready. At that time it was already cold. Recalling your wife also graduated from the University of Padua. See, you're right, Nina. My wife, she got graduated in the Padua University and she is an electronic engineer. And so let's say engineer, lawyers, architect, and doctors. Those are some of the best degrees that you can get in Padua. Here in Venezia you can get foreign languages, architecture, design, and
Theater maybe.
cosa?
Theater.
Sì, literature, absolutely. And those are some of the main fields that you got in the Padua. But look at there. So once that you are in Venice and you don't know where you are, just look a little bit up. At that point you're going to see a sign per San Marco, PR2, S. Marco 2, St. Mark Square. We are half a block away from Piazza San Marco, and so in this way we should be able directly from Piazza San Marco. And let's see if we're going to be able to chase Dolce & Gabbana, that they should be at the doing the photo shooting there since early hours. And so just into Bacino Orseo, the important and the nicest gondola parking that we got in town. But the Orseo family, they has been the one that they pretty much develop the fork. You have to know that here in Venice, the fork, we don't call it, ciao Andrea, we don't call it a fork, but we call it pironi, which is a Greek word, which is pretty interesting because actually the Doge, one of the Duke of Venice, actually got married with this Greek girl. When the Greek girl ended up here in Venice, she realized that we were like barbarians because we were eating with the hands. And from that point on, actually, she introduced us the fork, but they kept the original name. The the Greeks gave us the fork with 3 prongs. The Venetians added up the 4th one to get more stabilized. I once saw a doctor here in Seattle who graduated from the University of Padua. Yeah, that is interesting. Let me see, give me a second, let me go down the bridge. Look at that little tiny bridge. That one, he was in the movie 007 Casino Royale. And so James Bond, he was arriving this way. He was passing under the arches. The lover that she was dressed up all in red, she was right there. And the 007 Casino Royale, 007 from Russia. We love a 007 Moonraker. The whole has been made here, together with Mickey Mouse Gondolier, the Pokemon, Mission Impossible, the new one, or Across the River into the Trees. How far are we from Piazza San Marco? Behind that building, we got the Piazza San Marco. And here we go. Let's say we are pretty much at the end of the day. What does it mean? Here is 7:30 p.m. and the majority of the gondolas, they are already parked and they're ready to go to sleep. Here we got the sleepy gondola that they already cover up everything. That's so the humidity is not going to hit all the gondola. You look at the reflections that we're having right now on the canals, and during daytime this entire street, it was a kind of busy. Now is slowing down, everything is nice. But here we go, we got the bell tower in Piazza San Marco that is waiting for us. Let's have a look how the situation look like. Let's say, in my opinion, if you go to Rialto, if you go to Piazza San Marco, it's better late evening, early night, because in this way you will be having less people around. Don't Look Now is your favorite film, see that with Donald Sutherland, if I'm not wrong, and that is a great movie. Look what Vania she's doing. She's going to do what? Peekaboo! We got our friends gondoliers that are waiting here, but that's pretty much how the situation look like. Here having 50,000 people, everybody, and this is quite interesting. So once that you wake up and you walk around, you wave to everybody. Here we go, having a chat with the friends, having a stop. She's not having a spritz, But the entire idea is that you wave like the Pope, because since that we are 51,000, everybody knows everybody, and it's pretty much a joy. Even once that you're taking the vaporetto, the water bath, you're like the Queen. That's pretty much the idea. Are we ready for probably one of the highlights of the day? That let's have a look how Piazza San Marco look like. Pretty sure this is where I cooked my group gondola ride. Oh, here we go, Bob. And that can be actually normally the groups, they are taking the gondola right here, or right in front of Harry's Bar, or right in front of the Lily Church. Yesterday afternoon we had a few problems with the high tide. Today we had exactly the same problem. Here we go, we got puddles here and there, but prepare yourself, because in a little second, look at the reflections over the puddles. Prepare yourself. Yeah, this is a great picture. This is fabulous. And the entire idea is, are you ready? Ready? Yeah. Are you ready, Pigeon? It seems so. He's saying yes. Look at here. Look. This is pretty much the view that we are having right now. Here we go, Piazza San Marco. And the atmosphere is just magnificent, because we're getting the golden hours. The view is spectacular, and at least through all the episodes, here we go, that we got all the procutarie that they are surrounding us, that they would have been some of the first museums that we had here in Venice. The little helper of Santa Claus is right here chasing pigeons. The pauro di Aldo, Giovanni e Giacomo. Johnny Glamour. But this is pretty much let's go to see how the concert is going at this moment. Yeah, you are never tired to see this. Well, at least I'm never tired. Here we go. Campanile with color Aperol Spritz. Rose, see, a kind of, let's say those colors are the official colors of the 1600 years of the birthday of Venice, but they look like the Aperol Spritz. Here we go, that you can get the full idea. Too touristy for me, but beautiful to look at. Deborah, I have to tell you the truth, you're right, and so it's not touristy early hours and late night, and that's the time that I like best, because I cannot, don't get me wrong, sorry about what I'm saying, I cannot stand crowds anymore. I rather prefer in the middle of nowhere, with less people and less tourists, but let's say now is acceptable, because there's hardly somebody around. Here we go. At least we can see exactly how everything is working. Here we go, the oldest cafeteria that we got in town, 300 years old, that we got at the Florian Cafe. Let's get a little bit closer, that we might have the opportunity to see some of the Dolce Gabbana, according with the rumors that we're having part of the shootings around this area. Here we go, slowly, step up, but you can get the full idea of how the beauty of this place look like. Quick overview. This is definitely classic, and this is just magnificent, of course. Yeah, but you're right, Nina. I don't see many crowds. You're right, and we are definitely having less and less people around, which is interesting. I mean, during daytime it was crazy, but right now it's just perfect. Yeah, look at here. Gotta say that during this time of the day, this is pretty much amazing because you are getting what? If you're coming here, if you're going to get an espresso is something like 8 euros if you sit down. A cappuccino should be 12, 13, 14 euros. Do Venetians still go to Florian? Deborah, there's something that is really interesting because we got a special deal right now that if you are Venetians, if you want to take an aperitif in the Caffè Florian, if you got the Venezia Unica card, which is the card for the Vaporetto, we pay 10 euros if you are local. And so it's something like 2 or 3 days that they're doing these special things only for the locals, and so everybody is getting this opportunity of something like 10 euros, and that is just perfect. And a lot of people, shalom, a lot of people actually, they are coming this way, I mean locals, they are coming this way to enjoy the beauty of the square. But I mean, look at here. As you can see, it's not more expensive than the Venice back street, but still less than Starbucks here in Seattle. See, Basil, you're right. But now that you are talking about Seattle, I'm always laughing for a reason when we talk about Seattle. I got a bunch of good friends of mine that live in Seattle, and I got a great friend of mine that he works in Seattle Aquarium. And what is happening here is this friend of mine, he was working for the Seattle Aquarium when he has been inaugurated and open. And what happened was that they hooked some fish, they put in the fish tank in the Seattle Aquarium. At that point, the fish, they started to bang the heads into the fish tank. Nobody knew what was going on. They started to check the water, they started to check everything. The fish, they look okay. Lately, they check the water of the Seattle Bay, and they figured out that the Seattle Bay is full. They added up caffeine, and the fish, they calmed down, and so they were coffee addicted. Why? In Seattle, you drink a lot of coffee, and you pee. Everybody pees. At the end of the day, everything was ending up into the water, and so the water was definitely full of caffeine for that reason. Here we go. That's the funny story of the friend of mine in the Seattle Aquarium. Just to give you a rough idea that at least we're right on what is happening right here, and the entire idea is that we will be having the catwalks for Dolce & Gabbana exactly in this area. Yeah, the colors at this time of the day, they are just magnificent, especially the reflections into the stones of the Doge's Palace. And just to give you an idea, this is the entire catwalks that is starting between the two columns, and they should be ending up somewhere here. It's going to be a special event for something like only 500 people, and that's it. So it's going to be a really exclusive event. Dolce & Gabbana, brava Rose. Yeah, let's say that the entire day we had a lot of millennials, a lot of kids that were walking around, girls and boys. I believe that they're all inside of the fashion show actually. Here we go. I go to Aries. No, actually it's out of the budget, Ken, at the moment. So sorry about that, but we are totally out of the budget. We just finished the entire budget. Next time. Yeah, Deborah, this one is going to be a fashion show. Right now I'm going to go around that at least you see how everything is going to be. You have to know that on the past month we're doing quite a lot of fashion shows, and we already had Yves Saint Laurent that they done the catwalks in the Isola della Certosa, in the Certosa Island. We had Valentino that he was doing the catwalks inside of the Arsenale. Dolce & Gabbana, they're going to do the catwalks here in Piazza San Marco. They're going to have an exhibit. That's how the lights they look like in the red carpet, and the entire exhibitions of jewelries and watches by Dolce & Gabbana is going to be inside of the Doge's Palace. They're going to do the walk right here, plus they're going to do a fashion show inside of the Arsenale, of the Venice Arsenal. And so let's find a good spot. Che bello, hai visto Gilet? It's beautiful. Deborah, it's not really the fashion week, but it's we got special occasions that they are going on for fashions at this real moment. Here we go. We got even the fire brigade, the firefighters that are right here for us. See, brave of them to do it outdoors. Let's say they were a little bit worried because we were expecting to have quite a lot of problems with the weather. Actually today we were expecting to have big storms, but luckily nothing happened. Oh, here we go. Look at here. That guys, we're going to end up our day with these incredible pictures. In Carnevale 2019 took Dolce & Gabbana in the Florian. Sì, brava Rose, absolutely, you're right. And so we are going to end up our tour with these, and so I would definitely say thank you to all of you for supporting the channel with all your donations. Grazie mille. It's thanks to all of you that we can definitely show you all the beauties of Venice week after week, and I really hope that you enjoy our funny walk around showing you the beauties of Venice, including the flavors of Venice. I hope that you appreciate it, but definitely grazie Vatta. Scusa per l'inglese, ma qua di solito è specialmente oggi è un po' complicato. Yes, thank you for the laugh. At least we had a good laugh all together. Here we go. That we got the little helper of Frankenstein. Yeah, I'm Frankenstein. You are the little helper of Frankenstein, or Frankenstein.
Thank you everybody. Thank you so much. We are waiting for you in Venice as soon as possible. Ciao!
For all the Japanese friends,
皆さん本当にもうベネツィアでお待ちしておりますよ。ありがとうございました。お疲れ様。Ciao!
Here we go. That we say hello to all the Japanese friends. And ciao a tutti. Grazie mille. Alla prossima. We hope to see you soon here. And you're going to come with us to enjoy some spritz together. Thank you, Bob, for supporting. That at least we pay the bills. We will be able to pay the bills of the electricity this month. Grazie mille. Domo arigato. Ciao a tutti. I will leave you with this video. Here you go. Grazie mille. Ciao. Saludos.